Nothing wrong. Everything's going to be perfect, and we're going to have some great League of Legends actions ahead of us. Oh, thank you. So we're already into pick and ban. I'm already seeing the York taken off the table. It's been a very You want to take that one away, Frank?
Yeah, we've got the Southeast boys over on our blue side.
On the blue side, yep.
We've got Trace in the top lane. Do you want me to introduce those?
Yeah, no, we'll do it as we're getting into the game. And then FA Blue on the red side.
FA Blue. We've got Frost Aura brand name starting to really take off in Minnesota.
Three teams from the Frost Aura brand are here live at the tournament. Though during the standings from last night.
Yeah.
All right, so we are having one slight audio issue. Oh, wait a minute. Our mics weren't turned on.
Ah.
There we go.
There we go.
We figured it out. Now that one. Checking that, but we're seeing some more of the picks come through. Urgot somehow. Wait, what just happened? How did that make it through pick and ban? What are you doing, Frost Aura?
Okay, all right. So the thing I have to say about it is, you know, we have Riven, Yasuo. Both of them are very trash picks.
Okay, so some target bans.
Yeah, so definitely very targeted. And then Trace really doesn't enjoy the Urgot, but if it's the most powerful champion in the game, which it is in the top lane, I definitely think that he'll just take it. Hey, it's free low.
And I'm wondering what Frost Aura is going to play into that. We've seen Silas have success against the Urgot.
A lot of Silas.
We've seen tanks have success. Sion recently had some changes, but still has been seeing some professional play. They actually lock in the Renekton, so slightly different stuff from the Silas. They're going for the AD Bruiser into that tank matchup.
Yeah, and you're, with that pick, really all-in on that early game for this Urgot Renekton matchup, just because Urgot does way more than Urgot come level 10, level 13.
I think I might have misheard you there, but yeah, Urgot does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
As a tank, surprises you every time. The Renekton, we'll see how that matches up for Frost Aura. Keep in mind, Trace in the top lane for Southeast Boys betrayed the Big Ten team, said he wanted to play with friends, and they name changed. They're no longer U of M. They are now, we're here to beat Trace.
Yeah.
I'm curious how Trace is going to do with the Southeast Boys. If they're able to make it out of the group stage, able to make it to playoffs, and defend
his honor.
Play for friends is a valid strategy in League of Legends. I don't know. We'll see. As we see some play for fun, as we see some more bans coming out here. A focus of junglers coming in from Southeast Boys.
Yeah, we've got some jungler bans. And, hey, they make a lot of sense because of the transition with the nerfed EXP. Really the big viable junglers here are going to be your utility junglers or big level 2 junglers like that J4 that just got locked in.
Yeah, Jarvan can gank lanes very early and can also provide a surprising amount of damage. I'm looking at the Renekton, I'm looking at the Ezreal Thresh, thinking those are two very strong lanes for Amity to play around right now with this pick. I like it. I was thinking, oh, maybe the Nunu's up on the actually, no, never mind, Nunu was banned away. I was thinking maybe more of a tank jungler. J4 can build to the tank, but can still provide early aggression. But there's a lot of scaling coming in from Southeast Boys. They lock in the Corki, they already had the Sivir and the Janna Ivern, so they have a 2 late game carry.
It's the shield comp.
Meta.
It's the shield comp.
Ooh.
And, you know, back in the day, Urgot was that caster AD carry. So, you know, it's kind of a triple
Fair
80
enough.
carry composition, but
I don't know if we can call it that these days, but maybe. It's going to be hard, though, to get on Sivir Corki. Sivir with on the hunt can reposition so well in fights. Corki with that package can be initiating or defensive. And when you have that much shielding, it's going to be so difficult for Amity, for Is Trevor Strong, to actually get onto those carries.
Yeah, it's just so much damage and so much protection and peel for this composition. the Oriana pick
Yeah.
can put a ball in their plans, I guess. Wrench. But
Throw a wrench in their plans, I think is the phrase. It combos well with the J4. That's what I'm looking at here. It's a tried and true classic combo. J4 flag and drag into the Cataclysm, into the Oriana Shockwave. Does a lot of burst damage, provides a lot of CC. And meanwhile, if you have an Ezreal poking that entire time, maybe that will be enough to get through the shields that Southeast Boys have drafted. But again, with that Janna, still going to be hard for Amity to get that far back there.
The big thing will be getting that Oriana Shockwave, because the amount of damage you come down with that Shockwave at 4 or 5 items is insane. And the thing with Janna and Ivern is they can only shield one target. So if you deal damage to 4 members, someone's at least gonna fall. You hope.
But I don't think that Frostor are looking to have this game go to the 4 or 5 item
this composition
You're against a Sivir Corki. That's going to be really difficult.
This
Even
composition is geared towards early game domination because the Southeast Boys, they're scaling. They're definitely scaling.
Yeah, and what a scaling comp. Let's talk about more of this top lane matchup, though. Because with the changes to the top laners, we've seen more focus on champs that we haven't seen a lot, ranged usually. We've seen Gnar come up. We've seen Jace. I haven't seen a lot of Renekton, so I'm wondering what Frostora's plan was here when they drafted this Bruiser into the Urgot that hasn't been nerfed, still looks very strong against Bruisers. I just am not convinced that this was the best pick for them.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that they didn't opt for the Silas pick. Of course, it's still a new champion. You know, you might not be practiced. Renekton, though, combined with the Jarvan makes sense.
Okay.
If you have Renekton by itself and you pick, say, a really scaling jungler like the Nocturne, a level 6 jungler, you don't have that early enough aggression to capitalize on the power of Renekton. But both of these champions have insane level 2 and 3s.
But if you can get ahead as a Renekton, you can really bully a lane quickly. So maybe Frostora Blue should be focusing on the top side of the map. That does open up the bot side to scale, though, for Southeast Boys. When I look at the Sivir Corki, I'm thinking they want to hit those or not the 1-item power spikes, more the 2 3-item power spikes, as opposed to the Oriana that can fight a little bit earlier. So it's going to be important to pay attention to the time of the game. Both of these teams look pretty strong in a team fight, but how many items do they have? How strong are they at that point? That's what we need to watch out for.
Yeah, and this composition really takes off at 1 item, 1 or 2 items. Once Jarvan gets that Warrior enchantment, the Renekton gets his first item. I don't know what item he will go for.
Probably Black Cleaver still, right?
There's options. If he snowballs, he might go for the Spirit of Sojin item, the new old Essence Weaver from last patch. And that's a huge snowball item because your cooldowns get reduced immensely. So you're dashing all over the team fight, and you can stun incredibly fast.
Yeah, but it's an expensive item, so you're right, snowballing item. Yeah. If you're able to get ahead, if you're able to get that gold
also
lead,
might
maybe
be
that might
just the 1-item spike that really takes this team over the top, because you're looking at Ezreal. He gets 1 item, sits on that tier, gets the tier stacked up pretty quickly too. Yeah. So he hits 2 items really fast. And then you're just looking to really look for that fight as soon as possible.
Yeah, the Muramana into the Iceborne Gauntlet build actually isn't that expensive for Ezreal either.
Oh yeah, it's so cheap.
We cannot overhype how much Frostor needs to focus on the early game. I don't think that they should be looking to scale, which feels kind of bad when you do have the Ezreal. Ezreal is a fantastic scaler. Oriana scales very well into the late game as well, because again, you just get that crazy burst onto the carries, suddenly blow somebody up right away, but that should not be their focus. As we're loading into the game, we just got to make sure that our spectator is correct. It looks like we actually have it good to go here.
It seems
Producers,
like
we're good on the stream? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure. All
right.
Well, look at that. All right, so
they're
we just
fixing up some stuff.
Received word that we don't have the desktop audio. We're trying to work on that right now to make sure that the stream works. Again, first game, we're still figuring things out, but we are ready, loaded on to the Rift. Now let's do that team introduction, Frank. On the blue side, we got Southeast Boys with Trace in the top lane, Tim O.D. in the jungle, Jin Kek mid with Roy Hu, and Yotan in the bot side.
Yeah, and over on the red side, we have the blue team, Frost Aura Blue.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Is Trevor Strong in the top lane? FA Amity, FA Sunshine, FA Heartbreak, FA Bones.
Might have messed that one up.
Ooh.
Here's an early invade coming in from Frost Aura Blue. They have all 5 members. And Southeast Boys, they haven't sniffed this out yet, but they will see Bones walk around. I don't think there's any initiation to be had. Frost Aura have to back off, but already
over the
they're getting aggressive.
Look at those words already placed. They have complete vision of that topside jungle. That's pretty good. That's a good start.
Southeast Boys answering the pressure, answering the aggression by getting a more strategic play. They dropped 2 wards, though. I think they could have waited a little bit longer. This is something that teams will do when they see an invade. They're like, okay, go right away. Go invade, drop a ward, back off. You can just wait there for a couple more seconds, probably a good 15 more seconds.
They're not teleporting across the map.
Yeah, then drop the ward, walk away, but they will still get the key information that Amity is starting top side. So with a top lane leash, takes a little bit longer. It also means that Trace should feel a little safer early in the game.
Yeah, and you know, you're expecting the level 2 coming out from this Renekton and the Jarvan. So if you have that extra vision, makes you very, very safe. And if you're the Urgot, you're definitely fine scaling against the Renekton.
And they also get the information that Amity is not going for any other camps topside. Going for that bottom lane scuttle means that Southeast Boys, they need to be safe down here. They got the Janna Stiver, very defensive lane, even though there's a Thresh on the enemy team that historically can land those picks. I don't know what Amity's plan here is. Maybe some counter jungling against the Ivern. We didn't really hype that up too much. Not only how much shielding that the Ivern brings, but how unique the jungle pathing is.
Yeah, his jungle pathing allows him to really hit up any camps he wants. And it also allows him to just get into invades if he can find the openings.
Yep.
Just because he clears really fast in an odd sense in that...
If you have your smite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk up, smite it, and then you're done. But he's looking to get that early support items.
Yeah.
And that really allows his team to start team fighting around these 280 carries.
Doesn't do too much damage in the jungle, but he's not receiving any pressure from Amity right now. We're seeing the J4 content to just clear his own camps and say, look, gentlemen's agreement, no early game aggression, no early game ganks. With the changes to jungle XP, I've actually seen a shift of junglers towards this style where they just want to get as much experience early as possible because they know once they hit that 5-6 minute mark and they're expected to gank more, it's going to be hard. Hook lands onto the bot side. Death sentence onto Royhu. Heal is used. And flash. He's very low on health. Frost Aura got a huge trade there.
Yep. I mean, Ivern is in the bot lane, but they saw him now onto that Tribush ward. That's going to be really nice for them. Just gaining more knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Yep.
Certainly the big thing is going to be, I mean, we saw that FA Bones, we were questioning about that Thresh pick, but you saw he landed the hook and almost dead.
And it's rare that you see a Sivir lane getting pushed in, especially by an Ezreal early. Ezreal's very mana hungry, so it's hard to push. But Royhu is behind in CS by a full 8 right now. Should be able to catch some of this under the turret, but not even all of it. Feels bad to be the Sivir right now. You usually expect to get the push, but when you have the Ivern jungle against the J4, it's difficult to keep that aggression and keep that pressure. Hold it, but here's Timothy topside. Flash forward from Trash. Here's J4 in the neighborhood, but Trevor Strong might just go down. First blood over to Trash.
Yeah, and his jungler was there. It was just a little bit too slow, and... yeah, that's some of the things you see from Urgot. Still has plenty of power even early on, even though you think of him as a big scalar champion.
And I want to hear the comms that were going on right now there. It felt like Frost Aura Blue might have been saying, Trevor Strong, stay in lane, try and fight Trash because Amity's nearby, but Timothy was quicker on the roam. Providing those shields means that Trevor Strong does go down. TP's back to lane, should be able to catch this wave, won't be too far behind in XP, but losing that first blood to the Urgot, we talked about how important it is for Frost Aura to win the early game, get their Renekton ahead. It's going to be harder now.
Very much so. And the Renekton is going to be a key portion of that early game. They need him to be snowballed. Otherwise, he's kind of just a big meat tank. You know? He has a lot of HP, but not too much resistances. So he will melt to this double 80 carry composition over on the side of SE Boys.
And again, still even melt to the Urgot potentially.
Yeah.
Urgot does a lot of damage. That ultimate, it catches you off guard sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But here we're seeing a slight shift from Frost Aura now. Amity on the bottom side. So is Timidity. Both junglers might find each other down here. Bones throws out the lantern. Okay. It was an intimidation lantern. That's what we call those ones in the industry. It's where you just try to say, this is our bot lane. Get out of here.
I mean, unfortunately, he also walked out of the bush. So I'm pretty sure they saw him. So
it's okay. We'll flame him for that later today when we go over during the after party. We'll try and get a player interview or something.
Yes.
See what was going on with that gank, but because of that slight awkwardness with the junglers, they have to back off. I don't know if Timidity was spotted during that, though, so Frostor, as far as they're aware, that Ivern could be anywhere on the map. They got to be careful. They need to not be over-aggressive right now because they don't have the lead currently.
Yeah, and this bot lane is playing really safe from the side of Southeast Boys. We mentioned that they weren't pushing out too much with that Sivir. That could be a change here.
Heartbreak getting aggressive with these trades, but it's hard to do that when the wave's pushing in on you, so it has to back off. But yes, we're seeing Frost or Blue try to do what they can to shut down this Sivir, get him down in CS, but here's the junglers catching each other off. Ooh, Timidity actually takes a blast cone the wrong way. Amity does a lot of damage, and he's got his top laner coming down. Trash might be able to bodyguard him to safety, but now they turn out to the mid lane. Corki in a bit of trouble, still has flash available. There's Amity going forward, doesn't have level 6 though, can't quite catch him, and they're not going to get the slow. Jinkek just barely gets out with his life. Now Timidity's here as backup. I don't think they can take down Amity, though. Frostor, they're on an awkward retreat right now. Ooh, Trace looks for the ultimate. Can't quite find it.
Yeah, there is no fear for death from that one. But it was a good roam from Trace, though, to make that play. He had the wave controlled, so he wasn't losing anything for that.
Ooh, but look at bot side here. Frostor Blue still getting
heel
pressure.
burn.
Heal used by Roy, who he's got the back foot now. Low on health, low on mana. Frostor Blue, they've been getting these slight advantages around the map. Outside of losing that first blood, it's looked good. Flash out from FA Bones. Timidity with another roam bot side. This Ivern's actually been getting quite a lot for his team.
Yeah, and the utility from the Ivern, just being able to operate on such low gold, you just get one or two camps, you just come down.
The Moby Boots rush. You can get around the map so quickly.
Yeah, even that. You could get to your camps to smite them faster, so then you could walk to your next objective.
But there's a death sentence land. Doesn't want to take it. With Heartbreak so low on mana, Bones not able to go overly aggressive. Even a roam from Jinkek to the bot side with this Corki here. It's a 4v2. Do they look for an engage? The package goes forward. They get Bones. They know he doesn't have flash. They're going to get the kill. That one going over to Jinkek. Good roam from the Corki.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see from the Corki because you get that package. That's so much damage when you drop your load.
Absolutely. Amity catching out Chase on the top side. Uses the dunk, but there's no way you're winning that 1v1. Urgot goes to check the blue
for the
buff.
double buffs.
Yeah, well played by Trash right there. He knows that his jungler's bot side, assumes that Amity's going to be going for that invade, even as the ward down, gets the kill.
Double buffs into Renekton. This song feels real bad up in the top lane.
That's going to be rough for Is Trevor Strong now.
Yeah, is Trevor crying? That's the real question. It's not about if he's strong, it's if he's crying up there because he's 0-1. He's a few CS. He's not too far down in the CS department,
not
but
too far.
Against double buffs, Urgot?
It's going to be rough. That's where Amity's spamming his top laner. Like, if you didn't give him a kill earlier, but look at a kill bot side. Roy, who has to flash away, doesn't have the heal available, but Bones can't quite chase him down. Even with the Ignite, not going to be enough. Almost got a solo kill there.
Yeah. If he was level 6, being able to throw it on the box, guaranteed kill.
Absolutely. That's slow. The extra little bit of damage.
Exactly.
Feels bad. Hey, you just hit it.
Oh.
Doesn't feel any better, though, right? That just feels worse. But this bot side, despite not being able to get a kill, they have netted themselves a large CS lead. Not what we always expect to see when you look at the Ezreal into the Sivir.
Yeah, and that's some of the power coming out from the new Ezreal. Once you hit something with W, you can arcane shift forward, and that's so much damage for no mana cost from the Ezreal set. It's just free damage.
And again, the champ scales so well into the late game still that it feels that even though Frostora should be focusing on winning this game quickly, even if it gets to that late stage of the game, they might still have a chance. They always have the Wombo combo to fall back on between Orianna and the J4, plus the scaling of Ezreal. Look at Amity, though. He knows that he wants to play around this bot side. He knows he wants to get Heartbreak ahead. There's no ward here. Gonna get onto Royhu. There's the spell shield, but the dunk is in. Royhu goes down. Descent lands onto Yanni as well. That's a double kill over to Heartbreak. Well played by Frostora Blue. They get it bot side.
Yeah, and that's a heartbreaking event for the side of Southeast Boys, because they're going to lose this bot lane tower too. I don't know if they're going to lose the tower, but that's a lot of plates, and that's a lot of extra gold. They might lose the mid laner as Trevor Strong makes the roam onto Jinkek. Oh, doesn't land, though. Might still have enough damage, though. Corky, no flash available, has the teleport. The Spectator doesn't want to check it out. What is going on? What just happened topside? I'm not quite sure. It seems like Southeast Boys really wanted that first turret blood. That's when you instantly throw down the slash pause.
I think that they were looking for...
I think he got minion blocked heavily.
I think he did, yeah. And they were trying to push onto the turret to trade for the bot side, but Frostora aren't even able to get the bot lane turret. But hey, no one got the kill gold. Timothy just has an awkward scoreline now. It's okay. We don't have to bring it up again. It's just a reset for Southeast Boys. Still a race for that coveted first turret blood, and we're not even at 14 minutes. There's still turret plate on the table for Royhu to pick up here.
Yeah, and the big thing is the turret plating went to Heartbreak, and he's already 2 kills up, 20 CS up. He's also running Klepto, so he might be sitting on a large stack of gold from that as well. Look at the
gold differential right there. That is insane. 5,300 to 3,900.
1,400 gold difference. That is a lot of money. You can do a lot with 1,400 gold.
But we see now Timothy, he's trying to get his bot lane back into this, looking for another roam bot side, trying to control the vision around this dragon. We missed it earlier, but they were able to secure that first objective. So an Ocean Drake under their belt will help them stay in lane a little bit longer. The next one spawning up here, we'll see it next time they walk by it. But yeah, controlling dragons feels really good for the side of Southeast Boys.
Never all used there.
Yeah, they don't quite find what they're looking for. It's hard to get onto the Ezreal Thresh lane. The Lantern, the Arcane Shift, hard to lock them down.
Yeah, and I mean, that's predicated on FA Bones playing really safe there. If he's playing super forward, then you can always catch out the Thresh. But if you're just trying to catch out an Ezreal, no way that happens.
But they just saw Timothy on the bot side. They got to play safe at that moment. Now Amity looking to roam down here. Gets spotted off of a ward, so Southeast Boys will know he's there. He's just clearing vision. There's a lot of focus around vision control on the bottom side of the map. I like to see that from both teams. And now Bones looking for the play. There's a Lantern in, but Root onto Amity. He's not able to find anything for that. They get Daisy out of the Ivern, but other than that, not really worth it for Frostora to spend their time down here. They're still losing the push.
They are. The push is a big factor here, but okay.
Look at Trash in the 1v1 against Trevor Strong as the Urgot. It's dangerous to dive under that turret, but look at how much damage he was able to do with just a single auto and a Q. Is Trevor Strong not winning this 1v1 matchup?
Yeah, it's just those shotgun knees just deal so much percentage health damage. And really what you're looking for from the side of Southeast Boys for their next big play, besides that, which definitely could have been, you know, if they're caught out of position, you'll take that free play. But you're mostly looking for Jinkek to get that next package to really set up that next play.
Yep, the package feels really good, but they land onto Jinkek instead. Janna ultimate used Monsoon to disengage a fight, but look at that burst coming in from the Ezreal and Orianna combo. Meanwhile, the one over on top side heating up as well. It's a contest around this Infernal Drake. Frostora do not want to give it up, but Trash doesn't want to lose the 1v1. He's pushing it onto Trevor Strong. I think Frostora do win the bottom side fight, though. Look at Ivern here. Timothy, do you want to go over the wall? The dragon should be pulled off and secured by Frostora.
Yeah, Frostora is going to pull that out of the pit.
Yep.
It's always that safer play. especially if you are on the red side. If you're on the blue side, you're fine with fighting in the pit. But it's certainly one of those things as the red team.
And then the next dragon spawning going to be that blue drake, but look at oh no, Sundragon is rooted down. Jinkek's here for the damage. He might just fall. The rockets are landing, walking away, but the shutdown goal does go over onto the Corki. That'll teach you not to check what dragon spawning next, because action happening aggressively in this game now. Jinkek able to pick up a second kill of the game, feels really good on the Corki.
Oh yeah, and this Corki can snowball incredibly hard.
Yep.
The Corki has traditionally also been one of those picks that you pick into the Orianna just because you can harass her early on.
Yeah.
The Orianna is much more comfortable scaling through the lane phase portion and then set things up for her team after. But the Corki is just such a strong 1v1 champion.
Yep. And with the package, which he has right now, can look for crazy engages. Finally, first turret going over to Southeast Boys, but first turret blood was secured by Frost or Blue on the bot side. They get the lane swap as they send Heartbreak mid, so they're slightly ahead on tempo right now as Rift Herald looks to be the next objective on the map.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither team really focused on it early on because it can give you a huge gold spike if you take it into that 11 to 12 minute mark, just because you can then throw it onto and grab instantly 2 turret plates.
Yep.
But
still very strong to pick up later after.
It always sets you up for that lane pressure.
Yeah.
You get that lane control or wave control and
But instead, they sent Orianna into the side lane alone. No flash available. Timothy able to land the root. Shockwave is used. Trash lands a Fear Beyond Death. And that's going to be enough to get another kill onto the Urgot. 3-0-0. Trash is on fire right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really stopping him this game.
Yeah.
Maybe Heartbreak. Heartbreak is very strong as well, and he has his 2 items, so he can kite him around, but again...
But they're looking for a play mid. They have 4 members, but Southeast Boys, they're looking to collapse. Yes, the turret goes down, but can Heartbreak stay alive? They're trying to get out to Trace, trying to get that damage. Look at the Renekton going in with the Shockwave from Sunshine. Amity the first to go down, though. Southeast Boys winning the fight. Ryu getting so aggressive, running forward. Death Sentence lands, pulled under turret, goes down to Heartbreak, but Bones will be the answer. Southeast Boys, they trade 1 for 3 throughout the trade. But the fight is over. Frostora able to back off.
Yeah, and Sunshine only able to TP in at that moment. Yeah. I'm not sure if he respawned earlier. I'm pretty sure that wasn't... He just respawned.
Yeah, because they made the pick early. Then there was a play from Frostora mid, and Sunshine able to teleport into the fight. But throughout that extended play, Southeast Boys looked very impressive. They are rotating around the map and looking for these fights everywhere. They got 4 kills on Urgot, 3 on the Corki. They are strong right now in the 5v5.
Yeah. And unfortunately, now if you're the side of FA Blue, the only option you have is to try and scale right now. Although you do have the gold lead, but the team fights just don't feel like they're going your way.
Not exactly. Is Trevor Strong just wasn't able to be that front line that they wanted. We look at his items so far. Yeah, got a lot of health, like you said, but where are the resistances? Just some armor from the Ninja Tabby means that Renekton can't stay in these fights for that long. Amity's also going for a damaging build with Moby Boots, trying to make those plays happen. So in these extended fights, Southeast Boys are just able to shred through this non-tanky front line that Frostora drafted for themselves. So when you look back at draft, you look back at what our team should be strong at, what we're trying to do, Frostora definitely need to put more focus on picks rather than these 5v5s.
Yeah, and you gotta feel like even though Heartbreak is doing very, very well onto this Ezreal, you might have thought maybe the Lucian could have been a better option. I don't remember if that was banned out.
I believe it was, yes.
Okay, so the Lucian was on the team, and you do see him opt for that more early game focus because he has the Sork boots early on, which means that your ultimate is going to be unloading a lot more damage, and he also has the Executioner's Calling, which cuts down onto the redemption heal coming in from the Ivern. Not Oh, well, it also cuts down onto the Janna heal as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't cut down on all the shielding coming in. That's what I'm looking at right now, thinking Heartbreak spent a decent chunk of gold on an item, and I don't know exactly what the return on investment is here. But hey, maybe another question to ask Frost Aura at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be an item that will do well later on because they're going to be building that Athene's Unholy Girl, which we do see up on the Ivern, which adds a little of that extra ounce of healing on top of your shield.
Fair enough.
So
we see.
But
here.
at this point, they're so tanky with these shields, especially Trace. He can run in like a madman.
Yeah.
And then Ivern, Janna, put shields on him. He also gets those extra stats from the Janna shield. So he's already doing a lot of damage right now. He's going to do more damage.
And again, think about the lack of a frontline from Frost Aura, and then Trash on Urgot, one of the most difficult tanks to deal with all that shielding, means that a front-to-back team fight is not an option for Frost Aura. Right now, they're trying to play the side lanes. They have his Trevor's strong top side. They have FA Sunshine bot and the Ezreal mid, trying to land that poke, trying to get the push there. But where is their next focus here? Because they got the Thresh and the J4. I want some picks to happen for this team. I want them to be proactive, roam around the map, and use those Moby boots on Bones.
Yeah, and it has to come down through vision control, because if you find them, catch them walking into an area that they're trying to reward, that's when you can catch them out.
Yep.
Or you have to send your Jarvan and your Renekton on a huge flank mission. It has to be something very unexpected, but again, that comes down to the wards.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, they could look for something like that because there's really no big objectives on the map.
Yep.
We already saw Southeast Boys get the Dragon. It's a little early for a Baron focus when there's been no mountains picked up. So if Frostor want to make a play now, it would definitely be something where they have to catch Southeast Boys off guard. There's really no reason for Southeast Boys to get aggressive in the enemy jungle right now.
Yeah.
But they're looking for the play top side. Jinket going in on his Trevor Strong. They know they caught out the Renekton. He's all alone, but now Amity's joining in. He can't join in time, though. Top laner's there. But Amity looking for the play, though, trying to get in onto the Corgi. They're able to shut down Janna right away. That's three quick kills to Frost Aura. Trying to get onto Jinket now. This should be a fourth. And look at that. Trash nowhere nearby. Tries to get out to the top side, onto the back line, but he's going to fall as well. Wasn't with the team. Wasn't that front line they needed, and Frost Aura, they might just get the Baron.
Yeah, and at this point, hey, you can take the Baron if you want because there's no one to contest it.
Yeah.
And that harp, did you see that Ezreal? That did so much damage.
It's important that you were highlighting how strong Heartbreak was earlier in the game, because
especially those sword
boots.
boots. That shredded the the HP disappeared. And you look on their items, they have no MR. They have armor.
And again, when you think about how Southeast Boys wants to play these team fights, it's front to back. Yeah, you get the pick onto the Renekton, but then suddenly Trace just leaves the rest of the team nowhere nearby. And in the 4v4, yeah, you got the shieldings, but again, with the damage that Heartbreak's able to bring in, the shields don't do enough, and Frost Aura were able to win the team fight.
Yep.
Important to note that Trash, unfortunately, on the back line, not on the front line for his team, was not able to carry that game.
Yeah, and I mean, his TP was also a little bit late in channeling, so it took him, with the extra TP time, it takes a while to get there.
Okay.
You know? And I feel like he was probably like, all right, my team got the pick. They're completely fine. The rest of FA Blue are running in. They're probably just going to die. And then you see that Ezreal ult come through, and you're like, oh, no, now I have to TP.
And the combo landed there from Sunshine and Amity. They were able to lock him down and get all that burst damage onto the squishy members, onto the carries. Roy, who was out of that fight pretty much before it started there. Jin Kek survived for a little longer, but they're able to chase him down.
Yeah. And then that's another thing that I brought up earlier in the pick and ban, is that the amount of AoE damage that comes out from this FA Blue team, that can override the shields because you can only shield one member.
Fair enough.
Only one person is unkillable, but if you dump a lot of damage on everyone, then you don't know who to use all of those shields and heals on.
Yeah. Well played by Frost Aura Blue. They get themselves the Baron. Let's see what else they can get for this now. They already get the mid turret. 3-2 in the turret score line, 8-8 in the kill score line, but look at that gold lead. Frost Aura Blue, they're getting these advantages despite not having the scaling composition. If they can keep this pressure up, things are looking really good for them.
They have the advantage, and I mean, they were always ahead in the gold, which was surprising even though they were losing team fights. But now, you know, they find that one big team fight, or I wouldn't say necessarily team fight, but big skirmish.
I would say it counts.
And they get the Baron off of it. This is a huge break point for them because they can seize pretty
well.
Okay.
Look at that burst damage immediately on the corner. But this time it's Southeast Boys. They got their frontline tank. Flashes away, does not want to go forward. Heartbreak taking a decent amount of damage, but good pick for Frost Aura Blue. They take advantage of Jin Keg looking for the greedy poke on the side.
Yeah, and look at Heartbreak's score right now. 5-0-3 has a 1,000 gold shutdown on his head.
Absolutely insane. But look at Trash. Used in the Righteous Glory. Has ultimate available. Fear Beyond Death's looking pretty juicy onto a low health Heartbreak. Means that Frost Aura Blue have to respect it and back off.
Yeah, it does look like they just want to cash in on that little extra Drake on their way out. And hey, it is a Wind Drake, which helps them engage onto that back line.
Yeah. Helps Amity roam around a little quicker. When you have the pick composition, that movement speed means that you can adjust around the map that much faster. But we've already seen them have pretty good map positioning. That first play topside when Trevor Strong got caught out, everyone was nearby. They were able to turn it around. And then yet again mid here, right when they see the Corki go too far forward, everyone's ready. Heartbreak says, yep, go for it. I'm jumping in, getting the kill. And these advantages means that Frost Aura Blue still with a 5k gold lead. No longer the Baron. They're going to have to slow down the push, but they don't have to slow down the tempo. They can still get all this deep vision in Southeast Boys jungle.
Yeah, and now we have that Archangel staff built onto Heartbreak. Once that turns into Seraphs, it will again be another big spike in his AoE damage. And Trevor finally, you know, he has that Spirit of Sojin item, so he has decided to opt into it, even though the price did increase quite a bit in comparison to its previous form.
Yeah, and also has to be a little careful here as Jinket going forward. The exhaust is used, but they can't catch him. They get the flash out from the Renekton, but now Frost Aura looking to make a play topside. They can push in this wave and maybe get a turret for that play.
Yeah, they are on that rotation game, and okay.
Amity getting aggressive. He knows he's got that Thresh to get him out to safety with the Lantern. Frost Aura, they're not able to actually take down the turret. Southeast Boys do get the rotation. Janna shield on the turret really helps out a lot. Now Trevor Strong getting a lot of damage with the Timidity, but look, Urgot is nearby. Good read from Is Trevor Strong, knowing not to get too aggressive. You weren't going to get that kill onto the Ivern with Flash when Trash was right there.
But you do pull 2 members for that play, which is fantastic because it opens up the rest of the map for your team.
Yeah. And now Trevor Strong still in trouble. I don't know if he can win this 1v1, especially without the ultimate. Fear Beyond Death is available. Trash misses the ult, though. Trevor Strong might be able to juke around and get out of this fight. There's a teleport coming through. Trash is getting a little greedy here. Way too far forward. Sunshine, though. Also kind of low on health. Can't quite get onto Trash. Amity looking for the collapse. They have Thresh coming as well. That's a lot of burst damage coming in from Trash. Cataclysm used, but I don't know if Amity's safe. Uses the stopwatch. Gets out to safety with the Lantern. But Frost Aura, they don't get the plant to Trash. That is such a tanky Urgot.
Yeah, what a flash, though, from that Jarvan. Very clutch to get to that Lantern. And again, Trash, so tanky, stalling long enough for even more health to come on his head.
Yeah, and that, again, Amity, Renekton, not tanky. Urgot does a lot of damage. Hard to make those plays happen on the side lane that's 4-1-1. It's not what I was looking for from Frost Aura. They're down a couple key flashes now on Trevor Strong and Amity, meaning that Southeast Boys look very strong at a fight around Baron. If they just look for a straight 5v5 with Trash in the front line, I gotta give it to them.
Yeah, and the other thing is they have complete control over when they want to start up the Baron. Because they have so many heals and shields, you can put Ivern shield, Janna shield on the Urgot. Urgot doesn't... The Urgot's already tanky, but even if they don't have Urgot, you have double shields onto Daisy. You can throw down Daisy to be your Urgot, pseudo-Urgot.
Absolutely. I like the ingenuity there from that type of play.
And in that case, you never run the risk of getting chipped down by the Baron buff, and you can peel off of it whenever you want.
But we see that they didn't make that play. Sunshine looking for the pick out to Janna, but regardless, Frost Aura, they reestablish a lot of vision control around Baron. There's not a single ward in the river or around that Baron for Southeast Boys. Frost Aura doing a great job controlling that objective. Baron control established by Frost Aura. They're backing off the map, though. All 4 members at one time means that Southeast Boys might just be able to retake all this vision.
And it's kind of going to be that vision game where you set up your line of wards in that area, and then you're trying to defend it as long as possible, but at some point you got to go back to spend some of that gold, and in that time, the other team can come in and stream in their control over that ward vision. It's just being efficient on your rotations of who's going back and who's not.
But it's great to see that level of play from teams here at this tournament. Southeast Boys and Frost Aura Blue, the brand of Frost Aura. Again, we expect so much of them based on how they perform, but here's a team breaking on the mid side. The Shockwave misses onto Trage, but Ezreal's still alive. Look at the fight. It's a little disjointed. Trevor goes in with Amity. The Shockwave not available, though. They can't follow up with the Wombo combo. Amity taking a lot of damage. Zesta just lands on Janna. They take her down. They get Trage as well as a double kill to Heartbreak, and Frost Aura, they run away with the fight. They might even look for more. Roy, who's got those shields from Ivern still. Jinkek still alive. I don't know if Frost Aura can look for much here. Timothy flashes forward, trying to get onto Trevor is strong, but they can't lock him down for long enough. So Frost Aura get away with a 1-for-2 trade.
Both AD carries are still available, though, so it is very difficult for the side of FA Blue to just pull the trigger onto the Baron.
Yep. Instead, they look for the Infernal Dragon potentially, but look at Jimkek. Full health off of clearing those Raptors. Means that Frost Aura Blue, they might not be able to back off this Dragon if Southeast Boys want to take it, but Corky backs, wants to spend that gold, gets the Infinity Edge. 3-item Power Spike Corky feels really good right now for Southeast Boys.
Yeah, and now this composition has hit that break point where they can really take off. You see those 3 items built onto the Corky. That's, I think that's a 50% crit now? Something like that?
Yep, that would be 50% crit.
And you have those 3 double crit items onto the Sivir. So that's a lot of crit coming down from the side of the Southeast Boys. And not to mention, Corky does a lot of magic damage because of the fact he's Corky.
And a lot of crit damage onto no tanks, but regardless of all that damage, Frost Aura is still able to get the Dragon. They lose mid-turret for it. Now Southeast Boys, they're collected as 5 mid-side. They might be looking for a fight around this Baron. They can't give up priority here because of how quickly Frost Aura can actually take this objective with the extra damage coming in from Infernal Drake. Trash looking to be aggressive onto Bones. Can't quite find him, and his team was nowhere nearby regardless. Maybe trying to get that teleport out from Is Trevor Strong, because with the Renekton pushing top or bot side, Southeast Boys will have to answer that pressure.
Yeah, that was the main key point. You want to try and force the fight just to make Trevor burn that teleport cooldown, because once you have that cooldown, then you as the Urgot can just sit down into that bot lane, just because it's so much easier for your team to play around the Baron versus the side of FA Blue. But with double Inferno, again, this boosts their team fight AoE damage to the point where it makes it easier for them to just crack this composition of the Southeast Boys.
Easier to get crazy burst damage onto the squishy members. We highlighted that for Southeast Boys, is they really just have the Urgot to stand behind if Urgot's not nearby, or if Amity and Sunshine are able to pull off a combo on the back line, they can burst them so quickly. So Southeast Boys, while I still like their 5v5 team composition, they got to be careful. They got to track where Amity is, because if that J4 is able to dunk onto your back line, it's not going to feel too good.
He's backing off. He's looking for a play here.
Yeah, backing off as Urgot has the teleport available. Might be looking for a flank, but doesn't go for it. There was a deep ward that they could have looked for, but instead just a free turret for Frostora.
Yep, and he's got that ward deep into that mid lane. So ideally, that was the play you were looking for if they decided to stay in that mid lane push.
Yep.
Now they're going to fall back towards the Baron area.
Still vision priority around this Baron. We've seen one picked up by Frostora Blue already. The second one even better. They definitely want this objective. Last time they got it off of winning a team fight. This time, they might be looking for a pick. Again, now onto the mid side, looking for Roy, who locked up in that pick, but has the spell shield. Oh, the Siver's still alive, barely able to get away, but they take down Jan, and now it's Trevor Strong. Gets a stun onto Roy, who can't quite take down the Siver, though. Look at Trace just running in, but he's no longer that front line for the team. Heartbreak goes forward. The fear does land from Trace, though, but they're able to take down Jin Keck. It's just Roy who has damage. Just Trace as the front line. The Amity goes forward. Bones lands the death sentence. They get the Siver. Heartbreak goes legendary. Gets another kill. That's 3. That's 4. Is he able to get the pentakill? Actually, I think I might have misquoted that. That was just a double kill on a Heartbreak, but still, Frostora run away with the fight. They're going to get so much for this.
I think it was 2 double kills, was it not?
I thought he got all those kills. I
think the kill counter just reset. I feel like that.
All right, thank you. You got my
the unofficial quad. We'll just say the unofficial quad because he popped off. That damage from the... Ezreal, when are the nerfs coming through?
I don't know, my friend. There was just the changes to the AD carry items. I expected more crit marksman, but instead, Ezreal seems stronger than ever. Heartbreak really impressing me on this pick. 4 items completed. That execution
all in onto the AP portion. He went for the Hextech Gunblade instead of the Blade of Rune King, and it definitely makes sense because you have a lot of not really tankiness coming out from the side of the Southeast boys, so you're completely fine just running more poke
here's
damage.
The tank, it's Trash again. He gets bursted down. There's no tank available. Dunk onto Jin Keck, but they can't follow it up. Frostora, they get a pick onto the tanky top laner. The Fed Urgot's out of the fight. This might be what they need to get this Baron.
Yeah, and Trey right now is really trying to take command of the shot calling duties and force these plays. It just feels like, okay. All right.
Flash over the wall. Oh, Roy, who's very far forward, has to flash the wall to get to safety. Now what you want to do as the Sivir. And some mispositioning from this AD carry. I haven't seen Sivir doing the damage that I expect when I look at a 3-item Power Spike Sivir. Just not providing that DPS in these team fights. Frostora now able to look for the Baron, able to clean this up. Probably no contest, but actually we do see 4 members of Southeast Boys
damage is
looking
insane,
to get in there. In a pit, Sivir does so much damage. You get the root onto the Thresh. Bones locked down, but they do get the Baron. They turn back around, easily able to clean up Timothy. A Baron objective secured, a kill to boot. Frostora looking to end this game.
Yeah, and the adaptation from FA Blue this game has just been, well, we know we can't fight them front to back. We just got to all in on all the damage items. You see, is Trevor Strong going full damage?
Yeah.
Hasn't even considered a defensive item. Now maybe he goes over to the GA. That would be your quote-unquote defensive item, and that's not really giving you much protection against Jin Keck or Royhu. You're just looking to kill them before they kill you.
It seems like their strategy, their answer to we don't have a tanky front line was to just get more damage. They can dive onto the back line. If they take out Jin Keck or Royhu, preferably both, they have a much better chance of winning the team fight following. But the key is that there are 2 damage sources on Southeast Boys that both scale crazy into the late game. Still sitting at those 3-item power spikes. They're behind in gold to Frostora, but if Frostora can't close out this game shortly, they could be in trouble. They're looking for this Elder Dragon.
A huge fight coming up because if the side of FA Blue take this Elder Drake, that's Elder Burn on top of double Inferno.
But they could just wait. They can bait out Southeast Boys for a fight because they got supers pushing mid and top side. I don't know how long Southeast Boys can actually
you just
do
back
this
off.
Elder Dragon
you force
dance.
them to start it, and then you collapse if you want, or you just try and your goal is trying to reset the dragon,
or
or
such a Janet W, but then the death sentence lands. Even the Infernal Dragon or Elder Dragon goes over to Frostora. Trace is down as well. That's got to be all she wrote for Southeast Boys. They lose the team fight. They might not even take down a single member of Frostora as they're just running down Jin Greg, trying to get onto the court. That's so much damage. The ace goes in for Heartbreak. Not a single death all game. And Frostora Blue, they're going to win the game.
Yeah, and he's got that double with 0 deaths.
Woo!
11 kills, 10 assists.
That is not how I expected that game to go based on pick and ban. I can tell you that. 40-minute slugfest between two teams. One seemed to be so strong in the late game, and that's where they lost. Frost Orig's team fought so much better than Southeast
Yeah,
Boys.
and that was just not the post-Valentine's date you were looking for. If you're the side of the Southeast Boys, you're running into pure heartbreak right there.
How many times are you going to have to make that pun today, Frank? I don't know.
Every
I don't know if
time
I'm
we
going to
cast
let you
them.
do it again.
We're going to have to stop casting that too.
What a great first game to witness. Congratulations to Frostora Blue for clenching the victory. We are going to send it over to a short break, though. I've heard that we have some audio issues that we're going to try and sort out. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.